up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So for this market watch, I decided to pretty much concentrate completely on Salamangreat. Salamangreat. I always, say it weird sometimes, but either way, I always loved this deck. When this deck first came out, not only did I love the fact that you got the Ash Blossom in it, but I really loved the fact that it was just it's probably one of the best buy 3 structure decks and then be able to actually compete at your locals at like a high level and not have to really buy too much else. It had almost everything, pretty much everything you need to kind of go in and play Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'm really glad to see that there is some new support, but at the same time, I'm really disappointed in Legendary Duelist Soulburning Volcano simply because it doesn't have any big chase cards outside of those cards. But at the same time, it could kind of drive the prices of some of these cards up. So I might do another market watch talking about just talking about maybe like this set in general. But right now, let's just focus simply on the Salamangreat cards. If you like what we do here, please feel free to like and subscribe. If not, it is all cool. Leave a comment down below if you have like any questions or any comments, concerns. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Salamangreat of Fire. This card, we're gonna ignore the graph because this set is fairly new, but it looks like right now it's going for about $7, like $7, $1 shipping. We're looking about $8 to like $9 if we're including the shipping here. So we're looking at about an $8 card for Salamangreat of Fire. It does lock you into fire types, but it does. But if you're just running pure Salamangreat and with a lot of the cards that it got, it does look like you're not really worried about that too much. So this card is really cool. I could kind of see this maybe dropping a 5, but eventually if once we get a ban list and like different versions of the deck start to come out, if this starts to get a little traction, I could see this card shooting up, especially because there's no other chase cards really in this set besides some other stuff. Salamangreat Raging Phoenix. This monster is actually really cool. Looks like it has a lot of OTK potential and like a lot of just a lot of really just cool kind of niche things that you can kind of pull off with this card. This is like another like chase card that I feel might drop to kind of like 5 because I feel like a lot of people are just gonna be posting. I feel it could drop to 5, so it could have a little bit more room to go down. But like I said, if there's some type of pure Salamangreat that does take off, I could see this to kind of shooting back up. But yeah, right now these are going for about $7.35, $7.64, about $7 to $8 range. Alright, Salamangreat Tiger. This card right here, like I said, this card is definitely probably going to be starting to go down just a little bit. A lot of these are ultra rare, so they are a little bit harder to pull in the set, so that might kind of help some of their value. I don't think they'll just plummet to under $1, but I do feel like it might go down just a little bit more. We got this one right here for about $3.40. Yeah, like $3.40 with $1 shipping, so we're looking at about $4.40 with that shipping. But yeah, it's some of these effects are really good, especially with some of the other cards that are already in the Salamangreat archetype, like the mirror, the one that if you search it will special summon itself. There's a lot of potential to kind of just really spam the board and play through a bunch of hand traps, play around things. So this is really, a lot of these cards are very interesting to see. You get this card about $3.40 right now. Salamangreat Burst Griffin. This one right here is the synchro. I'm really more focused on the Phoenix. The Phoenix seemed a little bit more broken, but at the same time, this, you kind of never know. You never know with the build of some of these decks, especially because this stuff is newer, and also the fact that I don't think people are going to experiment with this too much right now because there's a lot of stronger options. But once we get a hit on the ban list and people have more time with this, I do feel like we might see a little bit of Salamangreat use series as a rogue strategy. But right now, this guy has 274 at 159. You get him for pretty much $1.50 to $2 right now. Alright, so now I kind of want to go over a couple of other Salamangreat cards that are pretty much if you want to, because you get this deck for pretty you get the core of it, the older stuff for pretty cheap. A lot of it is common, and then a lot of it got came in a structured deck, so it isn't they're all super hard to get. But if you do want to run a hollowed out version, you are gonna have to spend just a little bit of money right now. Looks like if you want to get the super rare Jaguars, that's the only hollow printing of this card. It's about $2 for a light play. Yeah, we're pretty much looking at $2 to $3 range. for a light plate version of this card. You only get it from the tournament pack, so like that's kind of why it's kind of holding on that price, even though it's not used that much. Salamangreat Foxy. This is, I believe, this is the only holographic printing of Foxy, and it looks really nice. I love that. I had 3 of these, but then like when I stopped running a Salamangreat in my main, I sold them because they were actually still at the same price. These haven't really, like, the price of these haven't really gone like too crazy. I know the first edition market, it shows it's going crazy, but for the most part, the unlims have kind of stayed in the like $3 range. And yeah, like it's still kind of there. Unlims, you know, like 2 to like 183 with the $1 shipping. Then right here after that one's gone is $2.99 with $1 shipping. So yeah, so we're looking at about $3 range for the prismatic Salamangreat Foxy. Sunlight Wolf, I was a little bit surprised because I don't know, for some reason I thought that these ultra rares were gonna kind of go up a little bit. I kind of thought that maybe they'd be in like the $1 to like $2 range, especially because like we do the super, which, you know, like now that I'm really actually, you know, it's one of those things where you're looking at it. This is probably this super right here is probably really what's keeping this from kind of going any crazier. But I guess like originally I thought that okay, if we were only gonna get, if this I thought maybe this might get some type of ultra like reprint, but it didn't. So it just got the ghost rare reprint, and then, you know, it's got itself it's got the common reprints here and the rare reprints here. So this is something I kind of want to keep just keep like a little small eye on. If you have like a small stack of these, just kind of hold them off to the side. You you kind of like never know if the deck does pick up steam. These could always go to like dollars, and that'll be like some really nice trade bait, or like things that you know, kind of holding that you got for pennies that you could kind of get rid of for dollars. So that's kind of like where I see this. If not, you know, like I said, if not, then if I'm wrong. That's kind of how it goes. But right now, I think it would be a good time to pick up these ultras or these supers, depending on, you know, which ones you want. If you don't already have, you know, like, you know, the holo printings of this card. The ghost rare, I'd probably stay away from. I really see this dipping even lower. And like I said, if you really want them, I would say wait, because I think these could dip to like under $30. I think these have potential to go under 30. Like maybe in a couple of weeks we'll kind of check and see if I was right about my prediction, but I'm thinking these will go under 30 in the next couple of weeks. Salamangreat Balinks. I got all freaked out because I saw the direct price and I was like, no way, like no. They're going for about $175, $195. So we're looking about like a $2 like for the Balinks. I think this one did get a reprint in the duelist pack. So like I said, a lot of these cards are, you know, they're not that hard to get. You can make this deck for pretty cheap, just having to spend money on the newer stuff. But if you want to play the hollowed out version, like, yeah, you're paying like pretty much like $2 for the Banelinks. Like it will start to slowly add up, because you do need 3 copies of a lot of these cards here. Salamangreat Spinning. This one right here I thought was going to be way higher. They're 85 cents right now. These are always played from like 2 to 3, so you never know the ratio of this card, and this is like such a good card in the deck. So I remember at one point these were going for $3 a piece, maybe even almost $5 a piece, just because the deck was like a really good like tier 1, like kind of like tier 1 fringe, you know, top tier strategy at one point. So you like I said, with all the new support, if something happens, you don't want to be caught without this. I would get them at 85 cents right now if you don't already have spinnies. And then the last card I want to talk about is Signet Mining. It is not a Salamangreat card, but still, this card did not get a reprint in the Soul Burning Duelist pack set. And like I said, I really wish it had some type of chase card. I might do a video where like I kind of talk about, or I don't know, I might add it into another video where I talk about, you know, the set where I wish it had some type of like either triple tactics talent, or just like, you know, like, so yeah, maybe put talents in there, just something to chase, kind of like how the Water Duelist pack had Forbidden Droplet for you to chase. I feel like this set doesn't have, well, obviously it just doesn't have that really cool card to chase, but that also kind of might negatively impact some of the Rocket, the Battling Boxer, Salamangreat cards, because it might force those cards to kind of like make up for that value. So those prices might go up because there's no chase card. But I don't know. We'll kind of, like, time will tell. But I wish this card was in there, because the secret rare is about $3. The rare is like $2. The super rare is like, well, actually the rare market price says it's $3, but like you're pretty much not paying anything lower than $2 to $3 for a Signet mining, and this card is like extremely good in the deck. You want to have as much searching capability because you want to be able to play around things and to get into like the right boards, because I'm looking at some of these cards, and with the card that Salamangreat already have, plus everything that they just got, I could really see some crazy stuff going down, especially if the right player picks it up. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. That's it. Peace out, guys.